And welcome to Because Liberty. I'm your host, Curtis Hart. You might recognize me from such internet videos as I Was Gonna Check Her ID and the Matt Mintorn files. Well, today we have a Punisher Squad update on the Christopher Ross Scheruermann case. You might remember Christopher Ross Scheruermann as the person who ended up writing little girls' names on his penis in ballpoint pen, crossing state lines to have sex with the 12 and 14-year-old girls, and then finding out that he was actually talking to me and going to prison for 2 years. So we will just go ahead and jump right on into that. So I got a message from one of Christopher's old, I'm assuming high school friends, one of his hometown buddies, ex-hometown buddies actually. When he got out of prison, he wasn't supposed to be on social media. And what did the genius do? Well, he jumped on social media, contacted one of his old friends, and his old friend has kids. He thinks that Chris is disgusting, like most people probably do, and he contacted me. I, in turn, contacted his probation officer, and, you know, what ensued after that, well, that's just some golden stuff, so we'll jump right on into that after this.
From the Punisher Squad just showed up at our door. Curtis Hart is his name.
Not because you're Jason fucking Freeman.
Curtis Hart is his name.
Not because you're Jason fucking Freeman.
I'm not gonna suck your dick.
Oh, that's too bad, because you would fucking enjoy it, I'm sure.
Everybody's like, Curtis, because you're not fucking cussed so much, because you just towed it back. Owner fucking killer, dude.
Did you realize that you have a really funny looking dick? I come at you with the pure, uncut, raw liberty in its fucking pure form, dude. First Amendment is there to protect people like this fucking asshole right here.
So this guy, like I said, messaged his buddy on Facebook. It was a, you know, part of his probation or parole, whatever it is on, to not be on social media. So what does he do? He gets on social media thinking he's not going to get caught, thinking that his buddy's not going to turn him in, maybe not realizing that his buddy has kids now, and he finds him just absolutely repulsive and disgusting. And he probably didn't think that his buddy was going to be contacting this guy right here. I let him know that he should contact his parole officer, his DOC officer, and tell him what he did. He did just that, and Christopher Ross Scheruermann, he went back to prison, or at least Clark County. He went somewhere, not on the outside, for quite some time. So today, August 22nd, 2018, I got a random message on my phone, kind of random. I messaged Chris a few times from my phone. Can't remember exactly what I said because I got a new phone now, and the messages weren't on that, but it was something along the lines of just, hey, is this Chris? Who's this? Hey, Chris, are you there? And today I got a message asking, who is this? And I responded, is this Chris? And he responded, yeah, who is this? And about 8 o'clock, it's 9:47 p.m. right now, at about 8:30, he messaged me again, who is this? So I decided to just put together this little video. I'm going to be sending him a link to this video so you can find out exactly who this is. This is the guy that got you sent away to prison for being a disgusting pervert. Stay out of Cowlitz County. So I'm going to go ahead and just read some of these messages to you that are up here on the screen. The message that I got back in March 2018 said, "Hi Curtis, I was once friends with a man you arrested in, a man you got arrested in October of 2016. Since his recent release, he has set up a fake Facebook profile, a fake Facebook account, and used it to contact me and another friend. Both the friend and I are concerned. He's a pervert, and I don't want him near my kids." Imagine that. Is there anyone you might know of that I can contact? I said, which guy is that? He said, Chris, last name, Scheruermann. I said, wait, that guy's out? Didn't realize he was out at that point. I said, yep. I thought he got a few years, damn it. See, that's part of the problem with our criminal justice system. Even the sickos get good time. They let them out early as long as they behave themselves in prison, as long as they don't get themselves stabbed by the people that are on the inside. And way to go, criminals on the inside of these prisons. Way to go. Like, you have all these people that you could stab, and yet you don't stab the sex offenders. Like, somebody's not doing their job properly. I said, what's his profile? Can you send me screenshots of his messages? That guy not only had the charges for me, but he showed up with a spare phone with child porn already on it. He is a bad guy. So there you go. There's some his messages. Hey man, I don't suppose I got any friends out there. No, you probably don't. And anybody that is your friend probably doesn't realize what you went to prison for, you disgusting perv. took me a second to figure out who you was. Dude, are you all right? I think I am. No, you're not, dude. You're not okay. You are disgusting. You're a pile of filth. And people like you should just not exist on this planet. But I digress. I think I am, but we saw where that got me before. I can't really be on here much. If you want to chat, text me at 971-757-5593. That's the phone number I got a message from today, folks. So that's still a current phone number. Interesting. It says, he responds back to me, right, I have text from him too. I want him arrested for immediately setting up an account. So can you send me a link to his profile? He said I could try. I didn't add him as a friend. Said, yeah, I'm sure it is part of his parole not to be on social media. It is for most sex offenders anyways. And that's something that people might not realize is that sex offenders aren't supposed to be on social media. And I wouldn't be surprised if just people in general on DOC aren't supposed to be on social media, because I've known other people that were put out on parole, got released from prison early for whatever reasons, and they immediately went out and got on social media and then immediately went back in like the geniuses they were. He said he admitted it was him in texts. I said, yeah, send screenshots of that too. I'll find out who his parole officer is and send them this info. It shouldn't take me too long to track it down. Also, his PO finally got back to me after my friend after a week. So there you go again. Another issue with the criminal justice system is that you tell these guys, probation officers, parole officers, whatnot, that they're breaking parole, and they have just such a huge load of malarkey people that they're dealing with. A lot of them are probably out there for reasons that they shouldn't have gone to jail for in the first place, so that when you do get somebody that's disgusting like Christopher Ross Scheruermann here, breaking the rules, immediately getting out of prison, they got to stay out a week doing whatever it was that he wanted to do. So here's the text messages from Perv Chris, as the guy had put in his phone. And again, you can see that that phone number there. You guys can. I would not suggest calling him if I were you. You can't see that I put that in air quotes because I'm not on the screen right now, but that was in air quotes. Hey, how's it going? Just finished moving to Vancouver. Lol, that's where I am now, chilling at the mall. Probably around a bunch of kids, folks. He asked him if he's still with his girlfriend. I redacted that because there's no reason for people to know her name. He said, yeah, we had another kid. So he says another kid. That's meaning that he had one before, and Chris probably knew that. So I don't know why he thought it was going to be a good idea to contact his old buddy in the first place, other than he is a moron, just like most sex offenders are. So he said, good for you. I'm kind of surprised to hear back from you. Yeah. Really? Like, yeah, you should probably be surprised that people are contacting you back. It's kind of funny that he contacted you back so he can send you back to prison where you belong. The guy said, I was mad, but it's your ass that went to jail. Prison, actually. I hope I can prove that what I did isn't who I am. No, you're like, as far as I'm concerned, you're not. You're not ever going to prove that. That is who you are. You are a sex offender. It doesn't matter how long the state requires you to register as a sex offender. You are a disgusting sex offender for the rest of your life. The internet will not forget what you did and who you are. So congratulations on that. Should have went to work making them buckets. So for those that don't remember the actual case, when he came to town from St. Helens, the night that he did that, he was supposed to be going to work at a bucket factory. But he decided to call out of work and come get himself arrested on child pornography charges and communications with a minor for immoral purposes over electronic device charges, which landed him a 2-year prison sentence. Apparently he didn't have to serve the entire thing because he was quote-unquote good in jail. They force you to go on registry, and honestly, you just need to find healthier ways of coping. I have family that have done dumber shit than you. That's disturbing. Yeah, I went in yesterday to get my picture taken and printed. You'll see that picture here pretty soon, too. I also got 3 years probation. That's it. He just got a measly 3 years probation. Damn. No weed, no alcohol, on top of a few other BS rules. The guy said, sounds about right. It just sucks. I was hoping to blaze a fatty. Do you have random UAs? yeah, I'm supposed to have one soon, and the place I'm living in will kick me out if I fail one. Well, the place that you were living in right after this conversation took place was going to be Clark County Jail. So no weed for a while. Yeah, no weed for a while you're sitting in Clark County. One of my conditions is it's supposed to be no internet access. So in a couple of days, I'm going to have my sister-in-law message you for your number to give to me, quote unquote. So apparently his sister-in-law is some kind of disgusting pervert enabler who is going to help him break his probation. I find people that enable the perverts not follow the rules that they're supposed to be following when they get out to be almost as bad as them. There's absolutely no reason why you should be helping a pervert break his probation. So congratulations on being a garbage human, sister-in-law. It'll be nice having a friend to talk to. I never like talking to my family about things because they are too judgmental. Oh, is Chris's family too judgmental? Probably not too judgmental. By the way, it's T-O-O, you genius. What part of town do you live in? Why do you care? He said he has kids. You don't need to know what part of town he has. You're not supposed to be around kids. The guy tells him what part of town. I probably should have redacted that. I'm not too far from the mall. I wouldn't be able to come over. I can't be around minors per my PO. Right, we could chill at the mall or something sometime. Now, again, this guy was talking to him so he could get him busted for, talking on the internets while he's not supposed to be. There is one thing I want to tell someone. It's not bad or illegal, just something I have no one to tell. I discovered paganism while I was in prison. He's telling them like it's like he knows how fucking nerdy it sounds. I discovered paganism, like really, like actual paganism, like you sacrifice humans, because that's what real pagans do. Don't know of how many people out there, like I have some friends that count themselves as pagans. Pretty sure they're not out there sacrificing humans anymore. Paganism to me is just like any other religion. It's just silly mumbo jumbo. If it makes you be a better human, more power to you. I just find it funny, especially when this guy, like the pagans in prison should have sacrificed him. As far as I'm concerned, they should have drawn and quartered him. They should have just done what the pagans used to do to people back in the day and sacrificed him. As far as I'm concerned, but that's just me. Where are you working over here? He said, nowhere yet. Same boat I'm in. I find B good spot, I'll let you know. Like, that was obviously a misspelling. Probably fat thumb syndrome. Same. Betting you that's not actually true, though. Said, I appreciate that. Too bad I can't come by and offer to cook dinner. I'm not sure what that said. I didn't get that part screenshotted, but yeah, that's just too bad. You can't have the child molester over at your house. I'm sure that's what everybody's thinking in this situation right here. So, here he is on the right. Don't suppose you have your Xfinity Wi-Fi stuff still and would let me use it. Fucking scumbag, dude. He said no, basically. It's cool. What are you up to today? Gotta go to the St. Helens. That's where Christopher was from. I talked to Dylan. Kind of odd finding that one out. Don't know what Dylan did, but yeah, that happened. You two are the only ones I think will talk to me. He told me I'm banned from Bonnie and Tubbins. Yeah, Bonnie and Tubbins, whoever they are, they sound like good, smart people. Ban your ass from their house. Like, no, you sicko, you can't come around no more. Because you not only tried to go have sex with some little girls, but you had a bunch of child porn on your phone. So, yeah, kick rocks, dude. So, here's his picture. Christopher Ross Scheruermann lives in the 2000 block of Z Street in Vancouver. So, that's where he lives. And so, this is back to him talking to me, the guy that contacted me. He said, thank you for being so quick to respond. I appreciate it. I said, no, thank you. I just remembered that this is the guy that took a ballpoint pen and wrote two girls' names on his back. He wrote it in ballpoint. So, like, if you guys can't imagine how much that I would imagine would hurt and be uncomfortable, now you can probably imagine that. Like, you would think that somebody would write that in Sharpie or, you know, a felt tip marker, or maybe not do it at all. But this genius wrote it in a ballpoint pen. And funny story is, when this whole thing went down and I was talking to the sheriff deputies, I told them while we were, you know, going over the evidence, I said, you're going to want to go ahead and take some pictures of his penis. And the guy's like, no, I'm not. And I said, yeah, you are. Because I got him to write the girls' names down on his dick. And he was just like, that's genius. Like, why'd you even think of that? And the situation right before Christopher, the person that I had caught didn't actually end up going to jail because I didn't have enough evidence on him. The cops weren't there to intercept him at the time, and there's just simply not enough evidence to have him arrested. So this one, I made sure to have plenty of evidence. So f that guy. He should have went to the bucket factory for his work shift. Like I said, he was supposed to be going to work. He's like, I can't tonight. I have to go to the bucket factory. And I was like, please? You'll never forget it. Right, if I needed to, I was going to contact someone and have him meet me at the mall to be arrested. My friend said his PO sounded very serious about this, so hopefully they violate his parole. The Nice contacted me a little bit later, said he's in Clark County on a violation. So, big thumbs up to that. Fucking rad. Thank you so much. You did a good thing, dude. Thank you. I have 3 young kids, and when you busted him, you protected them too. So, there you go. That's what happens when you contact your old buddies when you get out of the clink. If you're a sex offender, you just might find people that are absolutely disgusted with you and return you in. I'm not positive exactly how long he spent in Clark County on his probation violation, parole violation, and whatnot. But hopefully it was the entire time until today. I'm assuming that it was, because it was just the message got sent to me today out of nowhere, and I had messaged him a few times in the past couple of months since March, and it seems about right that, you know, you'd spend from March to August on a probation violation, especially when you first get out. One of the first things you do is jump on social media when you know damn well you're not supposed to. So I'm going to just go through some of the history on Disgusting Chris here. I got interviewed by Cody Mann, an awesome reporter. He works for the Chronicle over there in Oregon. Caught by a vigilante, local man is sentenced for sex crimes. A man who was arrested for sex crimes after getting caught up in a sting operation carried out by a vigilante was sentenced to prison. Christopher Scheruermann, 28, of St. Helens, was charged with communicating with a minor for immoral purposes, a misdemeanor, and felony counts of attempted rape of a child in the 2nd and 3rd degree. He was also charged for driving with a suspended license. Hart said he initially posed online as a 14-year-old girl, but after Scheruermann exposed his genitals in a photo within their first few messages of their interaction, Hart said he offered to provide an additional minor, and remember, none of these minors existed. They're all just made up. Told him that there was going to be a 12-year-old Thai girl at Scheruermann's request. Hart said Scheruermann offered to provide drugs, alcohol, and McDonald's fast food for the meeting. Hart also alleged that Scheruermann wrote the names of the invented girls on his genitals with a ballpoint pen prior to the meeting, which he did. He actually sent pictures of those. It was disgusting. With Scheruermann en route from St. Helens to Kelso, Hart alerted law enforcement and requested their presence for the sting operation he initiated. Hart said when he confronted Scheruermann, he made it clear that there were no girls and that law enforcement had been alerted. Scheruermann attempted to flee back to St. Helens, and Hart said he tried to block Scheruermann's vehicle with his own, which resulted in what Hart described as a very low-speed collision. Scheruermann was stopped later and arrested in Kelso. So yeah, there was a very, very slow-speed collision. It was all of like 3 to 5 miles per hour. Not a big deal. Daily News in Longview, Washington, the lovely Daily News, reported that Scheruermann admitted to coming to Kelso from St. Helens with the intent of having sex with 2 quote-unquote girls. The newspaper says Scheruermann told a deputy he had 2 phones in his vehicle, a regular use cell phone and another for communicating with minors. While retrieving the 2 phones from Scheruermann's vehicle, the deputy also found a box of condoms. So, I mean, at least he was coming prepared, I guess. Disgusting. Phelps County Sheriff Office deputies arrested Scheruermann in Kelso, Washington, after he attempted to make contact with what he believed was a pair of young girls. Upon arriving at their chosen meeting spot, Scheruermann discovered he was tricked. Instead of meeting two underage girls, he was confronted by Kelso resident Curtis Hart. Dun dun dun. Scheruermann pled guilty to communicating with a minor for immoral purposes and possessing depictions of minors engaged in sexually explicit conduct, otherwise known as child porn. So here we see the Clark County Sheriff's Office Offenders Watch sex offender management program. This is where you can go online, type in a sex offender's name, and you can get a little bit of their info. So there's him on the right. Good old Chris here used to be in the military. He has a tattoo that says rotten on him, which is quite fitting because he is a rotten garbage human as far as I'm concerned. He again lives in the 2000 block of Z Street in Vancouver, Washington. That is in Clark County. His conviction date was, oh my gosh, look at that. His conviction date was August 23rd, 2016. Almost 2 years to the day. So 2 years tomorrow was when he got convicted. He ended up messaging me tonight going, who is this? Who is this? Well, you'll find out who this is in a couple minutes when I link you this video. He was sentenced to 26 months in prison in order to register as a sex offender. And so there you can see by the date, you know, he was sentenced almost 2 years ago tomorrow. He was sentenced to 26 months in prison, which for those that can't do math, that's 2 years and 2 months. He got out way early. He did about 1.5 years. That is because our criminal justice system is so clogged with nonviolent, victimless crime, people that are convicted for doing, you know, committing crimes with absolutely no victims, such as, you know, various drug offenses, being sent to jail on driving with no license and whatnot. That it's just chock full of those types of people. So they have to make room for all the people that they're locking up because America is just constantly locking people up. And when you are constantly locking people up and you don't have enough room in prison for everybody, you have to kick people out. So they give people good time. And unfortunately, sex offenders are amongst the groups of people that can receive good time and not have to do their full time. I think that is a bunch of crap. This is not Hart's first attempt to catch a predator while trolling the internet with a friend. And that was written by Cody Mann. It is quite true. You, like, as I said, you might remember me from such videos as I was going to check her ID. We'll just go ahead and play this one really quickly here. Just a tiny bit of that video.
Exactly what your plan was when you messaged a 13-year-old girl on the internet and told her you wanted to fuck her.
I was just going to talk to her. That's why I told her nothing.
You were just going to talk to her?
It's just going to talk to her.
You know how much this sounds like an episode of Dateline? You know how ridiculous it was when I saw it was you?
Can you take your hands out of your pockets, sir? Do you have any weapons on you or drugs on you?
Yep.
Why don't you throw it on the ground?
That's it.
And keep your hands on your head.
And keep your hands on your head. So today, here's a screenshot of Chris sending me a message at 4:27 p.m. Who is this? I said, is this Chris? Yeah. Who is this? Well, Chris, this guy right here with 2 thumbs. This is who it is. Curtis motherfucking Hart. Should go out and ask somebody. Make sure to stay out of Kelso County if you're trying to fuck small kids, because you might just be talking to me. And that, folks, is about it. Go ahead and stay tuned on Because Liberty channel for lots of funny new videos. This was a Punisher Squad video. Some other ones are coming up that I already have filmed. I just have to edit them up and put them out. And you guys have a good night. Go ahead and talk to your kids about online predators. Remember, online predators can reach your kids through any type of internet medium. It's not just on Facebook. It's not just on the Whisper app, which is where I caught Disgusting Chris and Disgusting Adam here. They can reach your kids when they're playing Minecraft over the internet. They can reach your kids over Xbox Live, PlayStation Live, any type of thing that is hooked up to the internet. they can reach out to your kids, and next thing you know, you got people like Adam here, and you got people like Christopher Ross Scheruermann coming and trying to victimize a child. These guys are only going to have to register for about 10 years in Washington State. Then after that, they don't have to tell people about their disgustingness anymore. But luckily, the internet lives forever. You will be on the internet forever. And as far as I'm concerned, I will be reminding people. I already have my Google Calendar set to remind me in 10 years to remind everybody else what these guys did. So I won't be forgetting anytime soon. And if I have anything to say about it, people won't forget about the people that I caught. People like Adam here, people like Matthew Mintorn, people like Christopher Ross Scheruermann. All them people gonna have to live with their decisions, trying to f little kids. Came to the wrong goddamn county. Have a good night.
He walked out of the store, he said, try not to suck any dicks on your way out. And look at this guy. This is what he does. This is what he does.
Listen.
What? And see, this is his MO. He tries to get people riled up and then get them on camera.
I did get you riled up.
The guy from the Punisher squad just showed up at our door. Curtis Hart is his name.
Not because you're Jason fucking Freeman.
Curtis Hart is his name.
Not because you're Jason fucking Freeman.
I'm not gonna suck your dick. Oh, that's too bad, because you would fucking enjoy it, I'm sure.
Everybody's like, Curtis, because you're not fucking cuss so much. Because you just towed it back. Owner fucking killer, dude.
Did you realize that you have a really funny looking dick? I come at you with the pure, uncut, raw liberty in its fucking pure form, dude. First Amendment is there to protect people like this fucking asshole right here.